Hey everybody, it's AJ from Disney Food Blog, and today we're going to talk about rides in Disney World. And I know, we don't talk about rides very much. I don't get a chance to ride the rides very much because I'm always eating, but I do love to ride the rides, and sometimes I give myself a little extra time to go on some of my favorites. And these are some of the best rides in every Disney World theme park. So if you're planning your trip, and I get asked this a lot, what are the best rides? What should we definitely book? What should we not miss? Here's the ones to not miss. Here we go. We're going to start over in Magic Kingdom, which is of course where you should start your Disney World vacation. Magic Kingdom is the most nostalgic park, the first park, and probably, they're all my favorites, but one of my favorite parks. So in Magic Kingdom, the most popular ride right now is going to be Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So this is the one that is themed after Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and you are sitting in an actual mine cart that really interestingly kind of swings back and forth as you're on the ride. This is a roller coaster, and you can find it in New Fantasyland. Very family oriented, but be sure to check your kiddo's height against the height requirement because it is still a roller coaster, and it's a pretty quick roller coaster. It's not a baby roller coaster. So definitely check your kids' height. This isn't for the little ones. Very technologically advanced. Again, those carts actually tilt and move as you're riding. It's a very fast ride, but it always has a really long wait, and it's practically impossible to get that fast pass for it unless you book it far in advance. So if you are staying at a Disney World resort, make sure you get on there 60 days in advance to grab your fast pass. And if you're not staying at a Disney World resort, grab it at 30 days in advance. And that goes for all of these rides, by the way, in this video. Get that fast pass ASAP. So there's cute animatronics in here of the Dwarfs, and there's some cool projection technology in this ride, and it is really fun for kids without being too scary, which is great. So everybody loves it, always a long line, super fun, get your fast pass. The other ride I really love in Magic Kingdom, of course, is Splash Mountain, and everybody loves those mountains, Space, Splash, and Big Thunder. Splash is probably going to be my favorite. It's a very long ride. It's a water ride, which means you're probably going to get a little bit wet there at the end when you drop down that huge log flume splash. So you're going to find this one in Frontierland, and it features characters and storylines from Song of the South from that storyline. And you're going to follow Brer Rabbit as he leaves home and then gets in a little bit of trouble and then finds his way back to the Briar Patch. There's a couple of darker story points if you've got some kids who are a little timid or a little scared. There are going to be, they're at the end right before the big drop. It does get a little bit dark and a little bit scary, so be prepared for that. Watch a few ride-throughs on YouTube and make sure your kid is prepared for what is going to happen. And check heights on this one as well, because this is not for the little kids either. And I do invite you to let me know what your favorite rides are in all these parks too. I'm telling you what mine are. I'm telling you what are the most popular ones in the parks, but you should definitely let us know in the comments what your favorite rides are. In Magic Kingdom also, and I'm not going to cover these in detail, but Peter Pan is always a really popular one and hard to get on. And of course, those mountains, Space Mountain and Big Thunder Mountain, are also very popular. Next up, let's head over to Epcot. My favorite ride, and probably your favorite ride, is Soarin'. Soarin' is also in Disneyland, although the ending is going to be a little bit different because, of course, Soarin' in Disney World ends in Disney World, and in Disneyland it ends in Disneyland. So this is a simulation ride. You're going to get on the ride vehicle, which looks like a big old parachute, and it's going to lift you up in the sky. So if you're afraid of heights or kind of freaked out by that, be prepared, but it does lift you up into the sky. All indoors though, the whole theater is indoors. Think of it as like a big theater, and all of the seats sort of raise up to the ceiling and then come back down at the end. There's a giant screen in front of you where they're going to show you all kinds of cool images. Basically, you're traveling around the world in this particular ride, and they're showing you really fun images. Some are simulated, some are real footage, and you're going to see lots of different landmarks like the Eiffel Tower, the Egyptian pyramids, African elephants, and the Great Wall of China. They also take you to the Taj Mahal, which is probably, to me, the fakest looking simulation in the whole ride. What's really cool here is they plus it up. They add a little bit extra where they add scents into the ride, so you'll actually smell different scents. When you're in Africa, you'll smell some dirt from the elephants, and you'll smell jasmine when you're over at the Taj Mahal. You'll smell oranges at one point, so you're going to actually smell scents that they pipe in during the ride. Kind of cool. They do that at a few other rides too. Interestingly, they also do that for food. Did you know they pipe the scent of waffle cones outside of the Plaza ice cream parlor? Anyway, gotta get a little food in here. So anyway, Soarin', very cool ride. Other popular rides in Epcot are Test Track, which is really cool. You build your own virtual car and then you ride in an actual car around a test track. And also Frozen is another ride. Frozen Ever After is going to take you a million years to get on because it's hard to get a fast pass for that one. That's definitely a kid's dark ride, and it replaced Maelstrom that used to be over there in Norway. So that's going to, of course, feature Anna and Elsa, your favorite princesses. All right, over to Animal Kingdom. This one's getting harder and harder because they keep adding awesome rides. So the most popular ride in Animal Kingdom right now, and probably the most popular ride in all of Walt Disney World, is Flight of Passage. This one is in Pandora, the world of Avatar in Animal Kingdom. It's a brand new ride as of 2017. It's a flight simulator as well. It's extremely technologically advanced. You basically go in and you're going to sit on what looks like the center of a motorcycle, and you're riding on the back of a banshee is what it's supposed to simulate. Lots of different effects, and here's a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert! Okay, did you turn it off if you don't want to hear the spoiler alert? Your banshee, quote unquote banshee, actually breathes during your flight. And so you can feel it expanding and contracting underneath you. Really cool. Very cool. So anyway, this is, again, like I said, a simulator, and it kind of freaks people out a lot because they're worried they're going to throw up and stuff on it, but it's really not that bad. If that happens, just sort of close your eyes and, I don't know, pretend you're on the beach or something, but it's an awesome ride. It's the only ride that I try to ride every single time I'm in Disney World because it's really amazing. Definitely get your fast passes early, 60 days in advance, for sure. Get your fast passes for this one. It's awesome. Other super popular rides over there are Expedition Everest. This one's great. This is that giant mountain over there in the Asia section of the park. The basic premise is you are on a train that's taking you to the Himalayan mountains, and there's of course a Yeti, and the Yeti has destroyed the track, and then you have to go backwards. And please don't eat right before you go on this ride because you will not be happy about that. So try to avoid eating right before this ride. It can get a little hairy there when you're going backwards, let me tell you. Okay, great ride, great roller coaster. Again, this is not the one for little kids. You're gonna have to check heights on this one too. Same with Flight of Passage. Other rides that are really popular over in Animal Kingdom, the Kilimanjaro Safaris is great. All ages, all ability types can ride the safari, and it's really, really cool because you are getting up close and personal with incredible animals on the Animal Kingdom Safari. And of course, Kali River Rapids is a very cool ride. This is kind of one of those raft water rides where you're definitely going to get wet, and you might get really, 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 really wet. But it's got a good message, and I really like that ride. Great theming there too. Okay, now let's head over to Hollywood Studios. Poor Hollywood Studios. Oh, I can't wait until they finish everything that's coming to Hollywood Studios. They've got Toy Story Land coming, and they've got Star Wars Galaxy's Edge coming soon. But in the meantime, you're going to want to get your Fast Pass for Toy Story Mania, or Toy Story Midway Mania. I don't know the exact term, and I'm sure you guys can let me know in the comments. Toy Story is a 3D ride, and you load into a little carnival cart, and you spin around, and you shoot the targets, and it's really, really fun to play against your partner, whoever's sitting with you. This one is also great for kiddos. Lots of fun for parents and kiddos. Great family ride. But this one, again, get that Fast Pass way in advance. Also, over at Hollywood Studios, you're going to have to get those Fast Passes for Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster and Star Tours. Those are the other three sort of headliner rides there. Tower of Terror, of course, is a drop ride. So you're going to go load into an elevator, simulated elevator, and you're literally going to be taken many, many stories up into the sky and dropped down. So if drops are not your thing, Tower of Terror is not your thing, but it's a really fun ride, and the theming is really cool to the Twilight Zone. Awesome. And then Rock and Roller Coaster, of course, is Aerosmith music in the background, and you are riding a limo to an Aerosmith show. It's the only upside down roller coaster in Disney World. It's a lot of fun. Again, not for the little kiddos though. But wait, we've got to mention a few more surprises for you.
Hey guys, it's Joey here, and how could AJ and I do a Best Rides video without telling you a little bit about what's coming up? A couple of the coming attractions that we're excited for are the Ratatouille ride in Epcot, which is going to be in France Pavilion of World Showcase. We've got the Guardians of the Galaxy ride in Epcot, replacing the Universe of Energy in Future World. We've also got Toy Story Land in Hollywood Studios, which is opening later this year, and then the Tron ride in Magic Kingdom. And don't forget that the Star Wars Hotel and the Skyliner Gondola transportation system are coming soon as well. They're not really rides or attractions to speak of, but they're pretty exciting.
Thanks, Joey. Okay, so those are our favorite rides in Walt Disney World in each park. These are the ones not to miss. So if you're doing your planning right now, be sure to grab your fast passes for those rides right away. Let us know in the comments what your favorite rides are. What are your most popular ones for your family and the ones you can't miss out on? We'd love to hear that from you. Please like and subscribe if you like this video, and be sure to check out our other food-related videos. We talk about Disney food all the time, so do check them out. This is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.